Hello everyone, my name's Theo. I play middle linebacker for the Hilversum Hurricanes, and this is an off-cycle video for the recent videos. Usually I record something Sunday, edit it, and post it on Monday. Nice little Monday morning football. However, I plan on going back to practices, so that does not allow me to necessarily have football, sit down, explain things on whiteboard videos on Sunday, as practices are, depending on our youth team practices and the corona regulations, yeah. So if you're one of the Hurricanes and you actually, for some ungoshly reason, find my channel and watch it regularly, you already know that that I'm coming on Sunday. So I'm making a sit down, talk about video because, well, Thursdays, like everyone's going to practice tonight, but I'm just gearing up. I'm going to start on a Sunday and just go. Thursdays and all, we'll figure things out as they go, but getting things kicked back up into order, who knows? So what we're doing here is we're doing comment responses. This is not going to be a really overall video because I don't have a week of stuff to deal with, but comment response. I posted, the previous video was getting Europeans specifically familiar with American football gear. I know a lot of them are akin to rugby and stuff, and I linked to my Football 101, which gives positions and the very basic stuff you need to know to be able to start playing the sport at pretty much any level. Someone thought that American football players use groin protectors, and I'm like, no. I know of one player on my team currently that does, but he's yay high. And when you're dealing, and he's a safety, strong safety. So when you're dealing with like receivers that are a little bit taller than me, jumping, knees can come up in really weird places. Or if they jump high enough or are, 6'7", the Dutch are tall, a whole foot can get somewhere near them because he's really short. He's really good at what he does. Because he's already super low and he can already grab grab their legs while they're jumping up for the ball and tackle them, yada, yada. And he's, it's like, everyone's like, get low. And poor guy's like, I already am low. And we're like, you do not qualify in the get low. Another comment on that video, Asimo3089, who's been on my live streams. I sup. That's it. I hearted it because I know who it is. And then Freddie Redding says, the blue tights look good on you. Thanks. I specifically got those to wear on game day uniforms with the home uniform. I probably will not wear them to practice because I do not want to wear them out. Did a lot of strength training yesterday, so pardon the protein shake. I mix my chocolate protein powder with Chocomel because it's better than Yoo-Hoo. Fight me. Someone else said, I didn't realize it was so difficult to suit up apart from when you were injured. Have you ever got stuck getting the gear on or off? No, I didn't even really have it when I was getting it off. I had to have two pieces of fabric cut. And that was the jersey over the pads and the compression shirt underneath that. That sucked. But the pads, if you guys know about football pads, there's a strap right here. So doing this, where I broke my collarbone, and trying not to move it as much as possible, you can unstrap it, feed that thing through, feed them both through, and this arm was free to go, and then you can just lift it straight off. That's the benefit of being able to sit up with that sort of injury. But I've not really gotten stuck. That seems to be a skill player sort of thing. Skill players are your skinny guys that run a lot. They seem to get stuck in their thing because they want to have, they're skinny, so they get a small compression jersey and they wear small pads and everything is super compressive so they can run faster and not have much resistance. They get stuck in their pads and need to have someone pull their pads off of them. I've never seen a linebacker get stuck. I've never seen a lineman get stuck because we spend a lot of time getting into our stuff. That means we know how to take them off. We don't just, act like we're gangsta and then no, that's, box players do not do that sort of thing. The closest thing I got was I didn't wear an undershirt to practice, and it was my first pads, and they did not have breathability in the pads, so the sweat stuck, and I had to pull that off really hard, but I've always been able to just pull it over my head. So not a problem there. And it's not really difficult to suit up. I should probably do a video here at some point and just show you how fast it takes to get suited up. I take my time because I can take my time. And in that video and in previous other videos, I was educational. So I was in the process of explaining. But if I didn't say anything and just tried to do everything as best I could without editing, you'd probably realize it takes me far less than 11 minutes to suit up, especially when everything was right there, like in my bag. And I didn't have to like pause the video and go find cleats. Or in the very first suit up video where I had to run out of the room and go get my knee pads. It's not difficult to suit up if you have everything ready to go, much like any other job. If you have peanut butter, jelly, and bread in front of you, it does not take long to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. If you have to go to the store and get jelly, it takes a long time to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Other than that, we have another comment that's going to segue into the news, because I don't have much news about the ELF. They've been now, like, the import players are arriving for some of the ELF players. Some of the GFL teams are going. This moves into another thing that I posted, the announcement by the GFLs. I posted on the community page. If you guys follow anybody's community page, it shows there. I shared the video to the page that says the GFL hashtag or dash internet dash TV. And I said, I'm tempted to see if I can play on a German team, but it's highly unlikely. To which James Jetty says, never say never, and why not apply to try out? Well, I'm going to succinct most of this stuff into what I'm talking about now. In my research, the GFL is currently only running 6 teams, the GFL 1. I'm not sure if the GFL 2 is running some of its teams or not. I believe they are, but a lot of teams are just sort of like, no, not going to do it. We're going to train. A lot of teams are training, and a lot of teams have lost players to the ELF, and a few teams have been lost. Like the Hamburg Blue Devils now have the Hamburg Sea Devils. So think about if you can have really good Blue Devils, we'll move on to the Sea Devils in the same city and play professionally rather than GFL 2. So that might be an issue. A lot of that's happening. I know someone who played for the Wiesbaden Phantoms and is now playing for the, come on Nico, Frankfurt Galaxy. I was totally off on that one. There's 3 cities over on the west side that have major football teams, and I know people in Cologne are like, no! But anyways, so there's Frankfurt, there's Cologne, there's Dusseldorf, and there's also Wiesbaden. I know so many teams in Northwest Germany. Northwest Germany, come at me, bros. And like, that moves into the thing of like, well, that's right next to the Netherlands. So like Cologne, Dusseldorf, Frankfurt to an extent is a little bit farther. That's where I transferred from when I came moving here to Amsterdam. And then, so I know how long that train ride is. Definitely going to want to have a more singular, like go there, do a bunch of stuff, then come back. Not go, come back, go, come back. These aren't day trips. Dusseldorf, perhaps, but it would be a pain in the butt to come home at a nightly practice. If I have to leave at 10 o'clock, I probably wouldn't even make it back into Amsterdam until 1 in the morning. So I'd have to find a hotel room. And a lot of things right now are just awkward with Corona and stuff. So I'm going to... I had the feeling that like this last, like the 2020 season was going to be a major development year for me because, so I didn't get much playtime at linebacker in 2018 because, well, let's back up a little bit. In 2017 is when Willie and I realized that I should probably be playing linebacker instead. So for a good chunk of the summer after the season was over, we started working towards that. And then in 2018, when that season started, I came back and like, no, I'm going to play linebacker. What? I'm going to play linebacker. Outside linebacker. That's what I thought, outside linebacker. Right? Willie and I were trying outside linebacker because he's a really good slot receiver or a running back that spills out. So he was like really good. And here I am training against a D1 running back. So, bonus. He's also a really good wide receiver. And learning to be able to read that guy helped me a lot. Advance. I wish he was still here that I could do some of that stuff. But, I have a TikTok video going crazy. Anyways, and so I didn't get much time at linebacker because I was really new to the position and there was internal politics I'm not going to call anyone homophobic on the team, but there was definitely an idea that I was not on the in crowd, as there was. So that's that. Plus, there was an issue with in the previous time. Anyways, drama. I was sucked up into drama. So what's really funny is actually the game I got my long snapping debut, which I'm terrible at. I would need significantly more practice to get anywhere close to that one. But that game, I had to stop playing for the team because I was in the process of moving. And I did that TikTok thing. Don't be surprised if one day and it shows a passport and then it shows all the wonderful places. And I'm like, that's exactly what I did. But after the fact, I was like, dudes, I can't. My life has gone full drama right now, and I can't play with the team. And I left the chat, and I left the group, and I did everything, and I basically ghosted everybody, most of the internet, for a time, because I needed to figure out how to sell an entire apartment in 2.5 months and get rid of car. So anyways, moving on. And then so 2018 came about. And that was moving through, and I was going through practicing as a linebacker, and they didn't know if I should be outside linebacker or inside linebacker because I was new, and they had the idea of this, that, the other thing. The old guard was still around, so they were still like, so we're shifting as people were retiring and moving on, and I'm a part of the newer crowd. So, here comes 2019, crack. Threw that one out the window. That takes a setback. Broke that in March. Didn't actually get back to practice in pads until September. Everything was going real good. I was making tackles, was getting in the gaps, learning how to be a linebacker, middle linebacker. I was like the Mike linebacker, and everything was going good. And I was just like getting used to the whole like leading the linebacker squad, going to practices, learning what I needed to do, wanting to get lower, working with the defensive line, learning all the ins and outs, learning how to read and stuff. And then fucking March happened again, and it wasn't my collarbone that broke, it was the entire world broke. And we've kind of been off since then. I went back last September, but we were already playing iffy games as is. I missed out on 2019 and because of a battle wound, and 2020 because of most of the reasons people missed out on 2020. So yeah, and then 2021 is pretty much a wash, as we would be in the middle of the season right now. The Tulip Bowl for the Netherlands usually takes place around the beginning of July, end of June, depending on the year and when seasons are set up. And we are currently at the first part of May. Not happening this year. So most teams are most likely going, I think everyone and our league is taking a break on the 2021 season. We're just taking extra time to practice. And we'll just, after everyone's vaccinated, 2021 September, start the whole 2022 season. That I can use that season to increase my skills into being GFL ready. Because I've made a bunch of videos about Europeans wanting to try something new and push their boundaries and make sure, and try something new because you only really live once. And I'm sitting here being shy to go to Germany and play football because I'm not good enough or something. I already broke my collarbone into 4 pieces. 3 places, 4 pieces. I already survived a pandemic. And I've already made a great distance between Portland, Oregon and Amsterdam. I'm really close to Germany. And I'm like, I could go play for Dusseldorf. I could go play for the Solingen Paladins or the Cologne Crocodiles. GFL 1, GFL 2 teams, all in Northwest Germany. To be fair, there are many other teams, but it would be a pain in the butt to get down to Munich. That's an 8-hour train ride, even on Deutsche Bahn. The Allgäu Comets, I would fucking love to play for the Allgäu Comets, but they are closer to Austria than I am to Germany, But GFL 1, GFL 2 would be fantastic. I don't need, that's the only real thing right now that would top off my cake of football career. It's playing in Germany at one of the higher levels and getting paid. And I don't think I'm going to be getting paid at this point. I might, but one step at a time. But that's it. There's not really much anything. Most of this video was me talking about this and what's going to happen. And we're going to have a little bumpy ride with football videos here for a little while. with rain, I may not be able to film at practice very well. Just how things go. But there will be before and after ones, and if you want to have questions, and I will answer them hopefully after practices if I'm okay enough and remember stuff. Yeah. Anyways, I will chat with you guys later. Hopefully wish me luck at Sunday at practice. Diego, I'll see you there.